Oh my god, that actually worked. We might be able to kill off this. We'll see. I might need the Dragon Rush Ender. Oh my gosh, I think he died. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. And I say it's different because it's different than everything I've done so far, but it's actually pretty normal as far as Dragon Ball YouTube is concerned. We're actually gonna play games today. On this channel, I want everything to have kind of a focus on helping you improve at the game, helping you improve as a player, generally just have improvement and information be kind of the theme of the channel. But I realize there's only so much I can teach you through information, right? Sometimes we actually have to go through the process of learning through playing matches, and that's something I haven't shown at all in this channel. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find someone to play with online. I picked a bad day for this because I think server maintenance is gonna happen very soon. Hopefully it doesn't kick us off before we're done. We're gonna play the match. We're gonna talk about what's going on as the match is going on and see what we can learn from that. And afterwards, I wanna review the footage, see what I'm doing that I think is good, what I think they're doing that's good. And we're gonna try and find some situations that we can dive into in training mode from that footage and try to actually learn from it, try to understand a few situations a little bit better. And hopefully this gives you an idea of how people can use their matches and use their footage from their matches to actually improve and figure out what things you should be labbing. A lot of the time, people say, oh, you should be spending a lot of your time in training mode, but what should you be doing in there? Well, reviewing your matches is a great way to figure that out. So let's go and unpause our match entry. We're just doing casual match. I actually don't do ranked very much because I just don't see the point. I think caring about online points is a frustrating experience, and personally I play fighting games to improve and beat people up offline. I want to go to tournaments and win there and compete with people there. So rank doesn't really matter to me. I usually do casual. Oh, I have a bad feeling about who this might be. We'll see. Okay, no, I don't know this person. They're playing roughly the Sonic Fox team, just swap out GT Goku for TN. Still an awesome assist, still a confirmable good neutral assist. We'll see how this goes. Oh, I crashed out. What happened? All right, round start. Round start, I'm gonna play a little bit lame here. This is actually the second match we had with him because our... Okay, oh, good mix. Seemed like it was a good mix. Good time to super dash, tried to call something out with Key Blast. Not really call something out, but if he blocked the Key Blast and blocked my assist, that'd be really good. Ooh, that's bad for him. Let's go for the good combo. I don't know if I'll get it. Did not get the full thing, but this is still really good for us. And I really want the level up with Adult Gohan, so I think even though we can kill with Goku Black, I'm going to spend the extra bar just to make sure we get the level up with Adult Gohan. EX legs is so good. Although, if you drop the combo, it's a little less good. Can we get the side switch? I cannot. But that situation was super lucky. Accidental mix-ups are the best mix-ups. I really just want to wait out this sparking time while I can. The more of it I can wait out before I get hit, or really before he does anything too. Ooh, wow, okay, crazy hit. If I super jumped, I would have turned around there and I would have got the actual combo. All right. So I've been thinking, if the point of this is to learn from our matches, and in the interest of time, try to show as many learning opportunities as possible, maybe what we can do is show a single full game, one that had a lot of learning moments for either me or the other person, whichever. And then maybe we can show some highlights of other matches where something didn't go our way, or we did something that might take some explaining. And then we can go into training mode, lab those situations, and see what we can do with that. So, I don't know, this is kind of a format I haven't really worked with before. We'll see what works out. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Ooh, Frieza. Ooh, up tech backdash. Ooh, cool combo. Oh, that was so sick. No, maintenance, come on. Okay, we're done. This presents an interesting problem because I don't believe we can actually access our online match footage unless we can go online. I think at this point what we're gonna have to do is actually just go through the footage that I've recorded and kind of just flash back to it instead. Maybe that'll be easier from an editing perspective anyway, so we'll see how it goes. Again, this is a work in progress. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so I got the footage. I'm gonna play it back, see what stands out to me. Hopefully I can cut this down a bit so I'm not wasting too much of your guys' time. Just showing you guys the points that I think we can really learn from. Ooh, okay, so that's actually something that's super important. This isn't something that like I need to learn, but watch this back. So he does 6M. What I do right away is I mash with 5L into 4L. Basically what this means is I'm hitting my fastest button possible, and if he also hits his fastest button possible, we'll clash, right? And at that point, I want to hit my fastest button possible again. So that's what I try to do, which is why I whiff 2 jabs here. But he does back off, key blast, and I still recover in time to block. But this is bad. You don't want to vanish something like a key blast unless you know for sure it's hitting. If he were to throw like 5 key blasts in a row and confirm like, okay, I saw it hit, now I'm gonna vanish, that'd be good. It would have prevented him from getting put in this situation where he gets reflected into the corner and just dies for it. And in the scramble right afterwards, after I drop the combo, you can see I call Adult Gohan to cover both up tech and down tech. If he got hit, I probably wouldn't have been able to convert it, but since he blocked it, he's gonna get sucked all the way to the ground, and I could go for a Dragon Rush. And in fact, I think this Dragon Rush kind of started while I was off the screen, so it's a lot harder to react to because there's less time to really see me doing it. Okay, so here's another situation that's super important to keep in mind, and I wasn't ready for it in this match. Especially because I called Blue Goku and I thought he was gonna hit Tien, but he just barely got hit before he was active, so I wasn't really ready in this situation. But you see, he's in sparking, I'm trying to wait out the sparking timer. I block the super dash, and I should have been ready to continue blocking afterwards, but I wasn't. So my brain wasn't focused in this situation on blocking after blocking the super dash. But this is a situation that comes up a lot of the time. So let's actually do ourselves a favor and practice this situation in training mode real quick. Okay, so before we get started, if we turn on show dummy info in our info display settings when we pause the game, we can see our training dummy here. And I have a button mapped. If you go to button settings, you can set a record button and a play button. So if we hit the record button, we will switch to the second player. If we hit it again, we'll start recording with the second player. If we hit it a third time, we'll save, and if we hit the play button, it will play it back. So that's the principle of everything we're gonna do in these videos. I'm probably not gonna explain that in every video, but I have had some questions about it, and I think training mode isn't the most intuitive thing, so I wanted to cover that real quick. Okay, so the situation was in sparking, super dash and canceling into a jump L. And what happened with me was I blocked, and I think I got hit by the second hit of the jump L. I switched it down a little too early. So what are our options if we block the super dash? Ideally, we'll 2H it, right? Ideally, we'll punish it before it hits us. Camera on, I'm an idiot. Hold on, there I am. Yeah, well, ideally we'll 2H the super dash, right? But in the real world, that's not always going to happen. So you're going to either get hit sometimes, which at that point, you really don't have anything you can do. Or if you block it, then now you have to be ready to block and defend. But is there anything else we can do if we happen to block? Well, it looks like we can reflect to get him away. Can we 2H? Probably not. Nope, doesn't look like I can 2H. We can probably use a DP if we're a character that has a reversal. So Adult Gohan is like super good in this situation. We'll probably get some good reward for it too. We don't want to just learn one answer to one thing. We want to take it one step farther. So what beats the thing that we just found? And the universal answer we found was to reflect after blocking the super dash, right? What beats that? And the easy thing, the correct answer is basically just nothing. If they just super dash and they do nothing and they wait for us to reflect, we're gonna die for it. And you'll actually see at high level footage, someone will spark, they'll super dash, and they'll just stop immediately. And the other guy will just unfortunately reflect and die for it. What we're gonna do now is just kind of proof of concept this. So let's set them to guard all, and let's set their counterattack settings to back and S. This is the button for us. I'm on PC, so it's like showing Xbox controls. So now if we do this, anything we do, the counterattack option is set to reflect. So if we actually do a super dash into a button, we're gonna get reflected. So this will let us practice punishing in this situation. And if we actually go into training mode and practice this a few times, we can visually get used to seeing what this looks like, and it'll become kind of an automatic response. Basically what we're doing is practicing muscle memory. We want to see this situation in a match and automatically respond to it, right? So if we actually practice getting the punish on reflect in training mode and preferably trying to make it hurt, right? When this actually comes up in a match, we'll be super ready for it. And this is one of the best ways you can practice this kind of thing. So we figured out that our answer to super dash plus a button is to reflect. And then we also figured out that their answer to us reflecting is to do nothing and get a good punish for it. So what can we do to take advantage of someone who's doing this now? Well, I think one thing we could do, that the obvious answer is to hit a button. Let's actually set up another recording. One more where he does nothing and gets a punish on our reflect. And if we set these two to play back on random, let's see if we can find an answer to both of these at the same time. And it looks like if he waits and does nothing, we can take our turn back by hitting a button. But if he does, if he actually does do the button, the jump L, we're gonna get hit. So what can we do to beat both of these? And the answer that I'm thinking of is, what if we didn't hit the button right away? What if after we blocked, we waited a second and then hit a button? You can see I'm hitting a button here, but I didn't get hit because I delayed the button till after I would have blocked his jump L. And the idea is, I think if he doesn't hit a button, our button will come out eventually, he'll block, and then we can take our turn. So now we've learned how to deal with super dash into button while someone's in sparking. We've learned what they can do to blow us up for it, and we've practiced doing that to other people already through training mode. And we've gone one step farther to see what can we do if someone's doing that to us. Essentially what we're doing is filling out rock, paper, scissors ourselves. It's like we have to discover rock. And then it's like, okay, well, what beats rock? We have to discover paper. And then if we just stopped there, we would never learn the whole game, right? But then we could learn, okay, well, what beats paper? Then we'll discover scissors, right? And you just kind of go back and forth until you learn all the options in a situation. Once in a while, someone will surprise you, you'll learn something new, you'll go back to training mode and figure out that you didn't know as much about that situation as you thought. But that's okay, you'll practice it, you'll see what your options are to the new thing you saw, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so here's another situation that I want to learn more about. I picked the right option here and it worked out for me, and it looks super cool that he did EX ball and I dashed under him and got the hit right away. but I feel like both me and the other person probably could be choosing our options a little bit better. Let's figure out what our options in this situation are. I think dashing under is gonna beat, if I had to guess, dashing under EX Ball is going to beat Key Blast and a button if he fell with a button, which is what he did. Let's learn about the rock, paper, scissors situation against Kid Boo's EX Ball. So I believe what he did was 2S into EX Ball, and then afterwards what he did was he fell with the jump L. I think he was trying to make me block and probably start more offense that way. On the surface, this seems like a bad idea, because if I were to just hit 2H, I could blow him up for this. And in fact, a 2H with your back to the corner is generally a really good starter. Although 2H is upper body invincible, it's not going to work against projectiles. So if Kid Boo were to do a Key Blast in this situation, I might die for it. Just like that. So let's check if our dash under beats the Key Blast too. It looks like it does. So is there anything Kid Boo can do to beat the thing that I'm doing? Something that would have to go the opposite direction. I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe he could do an air dash back. In fact, it totally works. That will mess me up. But if he does air dash back into H, I'm basically out of the situation. I could just see that he backed off and be like, okay, well, let's just super jump and get out of here, you know. And then maybe get out of the corner with a special move or something like that. Another option I was thinking about was probably just doing super dash, because that'll go the right way no matter what. And except for some rare cases where super dash doesn't do what you expect, I would expect super dash to pretty much beat me doing run under into a button, almost no matter what that button is. And that seems to be the case. So now we know a couple options that Kid Boo can use to beat us trying to dash out of the corner and take our turn with a button. This doesn't mean that we can't do this at all, but if someone shows later down the road that they know how to blow this kind of thing up, now we'll be ready. Maybe we'll just run under, and instead of actually committing to a button, we'll just keep running. We'll just run and run and run and just take the victory of getting out of the corner. And this will let us react to the super dash by being really far away. It looks like we could also gamble with a 2H to beat this as well, which is really good because 2H beats several things that Kid Boo would do in this situation. EX Ball into EX Ball is a pretty common thing you see from Kid Boo players. And then obviously him just falling with a button like we saw before in the actual match is something that this will beat too. So now we found a handful of options that we can use, or at least two options that we can use that we can rotate between in this situation. Sometimes in this situation we can dash out of the corner and take our turn with a button, and sometimes in this situation we can guess with 2H. And if we don't feel like guessing at all, there's probably nothing wrong with just blocking and chilling out. So let's take these options and set them on to random. I think we have 5 options recorded now. And sometimes let's 2H. And let's just kind of, in our mind, kind of practice rock, paper, scissoring here, right? Sometimes we'll dash under. Actually, I don't have this set to playback at random. Whoops, gotta remember to do that. So turn all these recordings that we did on. I think we used slots 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8, and set the playback method to random. And now let's mix up between our two options. So sometimes we'll 2H. We actually lost there because Key Blast is like the answer to 2H. Got a little bit unlucky there. Sometimes we'll dash out and take our turn and get a free combo. Let's dash out again. Oh, it actually does avoid the EX Ball, but doesn't quite get us a combo. This situation looks like it's in our favor, even if it doesn't work out the way we expect, though. Ooh, dash out 5H, beat the super dash. That's actually kind of nice to know. Okay, I guess 2H that time, got hit by the Key Blast. Guess 2H that time, got a free hit. I'm sure I could practice confirming into a better combo. This is actually a great way to practice hit confirming in matches, too. If you ever have felt like, dang, I practice my combos in training mode, I can always get my combos in training mode, but when I go to a match, I never actually confirm into the good combo. I always do the easy thing, or I drop it, or something like that. Practicing your combos in actual practical situations is a really good way to practice doing them in real matches. If you can build up the muscle memory to using them in situations like this, then it'll come easier to you when you get put in that situation in an actual match. Okay, so I think that's actually a pretty good stopping point for today. If I had to guess, this is already over the time I expected it to go. I'll probably do this kind of video occasionally, not too often. I think it's really important to highlight the actual learning process of playing matches, watching your footage, going into training mode and trying to actually solve a problem and learn all the possible options in a certain situation. Personally, I wouldn't mind doing a video like this again in the future because it's actually pretty fun for me to learn options that my characters have in certain situations. I love learning a bunch of different teams. I love playing a bunch of the characters in the game. So this is a good way for me to actually practice this kind of thing and solve problems with the characters that I have. Maybe I should say solve problems with the characters I'm playing that week. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and let me know what you guys think about this format. This is something completely unlike anything I've really done before, so I would really like to know what you guys think. If you want to continue learning DBFZ and other fighting games with me, feel free to subscribe to the channel or watch me when I go live over on Twitch. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.